So, welcome back to episode 2 of the Offside Zone. My name is Richie, your host, and we're back with Sam and Toby. We are joined today by our newest member. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Cliff.
Hey, my name is Cliff. I support Barcelona, the best team in the world.
See, we got two Barcelona supporters in here today. It's been an eventful week in the Premier League, so that would be the main focus of today's episode. So let's get into the first topic. The first topic the first question is: will Arsenal hold on to their form throughout the season and win the English Premier League, or will they flop? So first, I'm going to let Toby answer this question.
All right, man. I'm the only Arsenal fan in this room, so I mean, the answer honestly is just yes, bro. Like, it's our time. I say that with ease because like nobody in terms of performance has disappointed me this season. Like, they're all holding their own and like they're doing what they need to do. The only people that can really touch us in terms of form is probably Man City, and I kind of feel like this season it's more so who's gonna have their streak the longest. So if Arsenal decides to just start losing a bunch of games back to back to back, that's the only time I feel like Man City will be able to have the upper hand. But I honestly don't see that coming because we just been so consistent this year. I think the most consistent team in the league this year by far. So yeah, we got it.
All right, now I'm going to let Cliff answer the question.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, Arsenal has been the most consistent team this year, but I feel like when you have to win the league, when you're gonna win the league, you have to take into account how uh, like the longevity in terms of the depth of the squad comes into play. Like, yeah, Arsenal has been on a good streak, but after you look at their starting 11, I don't think like if you talk about like we already had what's his name on the front um
Jesus.
Jesus. We already had Jesus go down, and Nketiah has been like filling the role kind of, but like if somebody else goes down in the middle, or like if Partey goes down, or if Saka goes down, who's there to step in and carry on the streak, and soon you'll drop 2 points, and then another 3 points, and it all adds up. Whereas Man City has the depth and the strength to just carry on, either winning games and going on long streaks. So yeah, you're not wrong, but it's just the depth part that matters to me. And I think no, they're not gonna they're not gonna win the league.
All right, Sam.
Yeah, y'all both made great points. But I think I'm gonna go with Toby on this one. I think Arsenal I think they've just been the best team in the league. To see like it really just comes down to that sometimes. Like they're the best team in the league. Like what Cliff is saying is true because Man City definitely have a deeper squad. They definitely have more weapons for sure. But we're literally banking on Arsenal having injuries for them to really Man City to really overcome them, and that really shows that Arsenal has been the best team. Like on form, they've been competing at a high level. All their players, like everything's just clicking at the right time. I think they're gonna hold on to win this one. Honestly, I think this just all the energy is just with Arsenal right now. Honestly.
Okay, now that we got our predictions, Toby, do you have a counter argument for Cliff since you are the Arsenal fan here?
Yeah, I think that's a bunch of baloney from Cliff. I say that because like Arsenal to me has always had a bunch of like diamonds in the rough, and I to some degree, yes, we don't have the depth that a lot of other Premier League winning sides have had in the past. Like especially when you look at the depth of Man City and teams like Liverpool and to that nature. But to remind everybody, Leicester City won the league with a lesser team than we do half lesser team than we do. So like it's not necessarily always about who has the most cash in the squad. Sometimes it's literally about the squad playing their role and everybody in the squad playing their role, coming together and playing as a team. And in this season, we are the best team. Like the word team, Arsenal has been the best team. There's nobody that's been on that team that hasn't played their role. Even the bench players, when we've asked them to come in, like, and KT has scored 3 goals in the last 4 games, just off the bounce of Jesus being out. So like, it's not like nobody's isn't stepping up. It's not like they're not earning their wages. Like they're doing what they need to do, and the only people that can stop us in that league is ourselves. If I'm being honest with you, it's ourselves.
Yeah,
So,
but you look at the brand. Look at the brand of football that Leicester was playing when they won the league. It's not the same thing that Arsenal is doing now. Like you guys are winning off, like playing
quality.
quality football. Like
Yeah.
just keeping it a stack. But but is like I'm just saying like if somebody goes down, and yes, I am banking on an injury, but it's still a long season. But if somebody goes down, are you sure that the person that's going to replace that person that goes down is going to be the same quality? And it really depends on who goes down if they do. And I'm just saying that if you want to talk about talent, Manchester City has it. If you want to talk about depth, Manchester City has it. So on both sides, I feel like they're going to put together a run, and that's going to be it.
Honestly, I feel like it's not necessarily the play. Like obviously Arsenal have great players too, but I think it's the system that they got going on right now. Like I actually think that if one of their players was to go, Jesus is out and they're still performing. Like their system is working.
He's been out for like what, 3 games?
That's 3 games. That's 3 games.
That's 3 games though.
Yeah,
that's 9 points.
Oh, yeah,
9 point notes.
That's 9
7
points.
That's 9
points.
points.
That
can change the
7
whole
points. 7 points.
standings in the league. So like they still been performing. Like maybe if somebody else gets injured or something, the person might not be as good a player, but like they can definitely play their role in the system, because I think Arteta has done a great job. He needs to be commended. He's done a great job in letting players know their role and what they have to do for the team, and they've been showing it.
Okay, question. If Jesus plays that game that you guys just played against Newcastle, do you think you win the game?
Do I necessarily think that Jesus would have made a difference?
Yeah.
Obviously. Like when you look at the chance that Nketiah had late in the game, like I'm looking for him to score that. But then again, it's soccer and football in general is a game of chances, Brad. Like it's you either take it or you don't. And even though that was like one of the chances that he had, I'm not ridiculing him because he missed that one chance that we had, because Jesus could have easily missed that chance himself. What I'm really banking on is that in the same system, he does what he can to emulate what Jesus be doing, and that's the work rate. That man in Nketiah be working. Like that's the one thing that everybody in that system knows what they're doing. They press together and then they attack together at the same time. Like everybody in that team knows their role, which is why I'm saying it's not a team of individuals like Man City. They're playing like a team. Like they're playing towards the system more so. I mean, more or less than their individual talent itself. So I think that at the end of the day is what's going to win them the league. It's not about whether they have depth or not. I mean, whoever comes in and has that moment in time where they lose games back to back to back, or they start to lose or whatever, that's the team that's going to be the ones that miss out on the Prem this season for sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So we will move along to our second question of the day, and that is Newcastle a legitimate contender for top 4? And can they win the English Premier League within the next few years?
Man, let me get this one, bro. Man, Newcastle is probably my second favorite team behind Arsenal. And I'm not saying that because I'm a fan or anything like that, but because of the prospect of what they could be. Like, these guys are pumped with money. And when I tell you, I was shocked that the coach, Eddie Howe, is doing such a great job that he's doing. that guy's a genius. He's taking players that were in the reserves of like don't even belong on national teams. Like he's playing non-national players, and they're playing as if they are national superstars because they're in the top 4 right now, I believe, or close to it, or 5th or 4th. But they're literally pumped with cash, and they still haven't even spent the bread yet. Yeah. They haven't even spent the bread yet. Yeah. Man City spent $1 billion to get to where they are. Yeah, Newcastle has spent like 150 million in their war chest. They got like 800 million to go, and they're already cracking top 4. Like, yeah, they're gonna be a threat for sure.
You think they're maintaining it this season?
Yeah, for sure. They got Maximum coming off the bench.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah. All right, so Sam, what do you think?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Toby. I think Newcastle, they got a system as well. Like Eddie Howe's one of the best coaches in the league. That Almiron is on a streak right now. He's one of the best players this whole season.
Hell, Almiron.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get top 4. Honestly, they could possibly win a league within the next few years, but it's gonna be a tough ask because the other teams are gonna come back and start spending too. So like, and at the end of the day, it's probably gonna come down to, if a player gets chosen by Manchester United and Newcastle, they're probably gonna go to Manchester United. So that's gonna be the problem for Newcastle, getting players that they have the money to spend for to come and buy into their system instead of one of the bigger clubs in England. But they're definitely a contender and a big threat to the league for sure.
Okay, Cliff.
Yeah, I want to say yes. I want to say yes. Man. Okay, so when I really break it down, when I break down the top 4, are we going to that question later? The top 4 question.
Are they better than Spurs? Is Newcastle better than Spurs?
Yes.
Are they better than Man U?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
They ahead of them.
I don't think they finished ahead of Man U. I think it's between them and Liverpool. I think it's between Newcastle and Liverpool to finish 4th.
But you see that? That's my point. You don't think that Newcastle is better than Man U, but you're putting them between them and Liverpool?
I'm saying that because I know that once Liverpool gets healthy, they can get on they've done it before. They can get on a run and win a streak of like 8 games in a row, and they can finish 4th. But I don't know. I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be between Liverpool and Newcastle to finish 4th, and I'm going to say Newcastle. I'm going to say Newcastle finishes 4th.
It's okay, bro. Give Newcastle their props, bro.
I'll give them their props. It's just it's really tough in the top, and I mean, yeah, they've been on good form, but it's just holding on to it, and especially when teams get serious around the end, when they actually have to scrap for points, it's going to be tough.
I have a question. Did Newcastle beat Man U this season?
I think they beat all the top teams. Well,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. I gotta give credit where it's due. Like, they're not just like simping throughout the league. Like, they are contenders. There's nobody on that team, again, speaks to them as a team less than them as a collective individuals. Like, they play as a team because the coach know what they're doing. The system is right. The players fight for the coach. The players be pressing. When you look at the teams that literally run more, you're going to see Newcastle and Arsenal and people like Brighton at the top because they play outside of their potential. Like they literally play to their maximum because they believe in the system and they understand it critically. Like teams like Man U that go out and buy somebody in the January transfer window and expect them to be their savior, that never works out because at the end of the day, individuals burn out. But you know what happens after individuals burn out on teams that are really teams? They go to the next person to lean on, and then they play as a team. That's the point. Teams win championships, bro.
Yeah, but let's not say it like Man U hasn't been playing like a team too.
Yeah, Man U's
Like
playing well.
they've been
Playing
playing
well,
well,
too.
especially defensively. They've been holding it back down there. So they've
Yeah,
been giving their props.
last
So
3 games, I give it to them. Last 3 games, they want to blame it all on Ronaldo, but it's all good.
oh,
So
It's true.
Cliff, so do you see Newcastle winning within the next few years, the Premier League?
within the next few years, I don't know about 2 years, probably within the next 5 years, definitely. I think they'll win the Premier League.
Okay, cool.
That's solid.
So next question, the Marcus Rashford resurgence.
Oh
Who,
no.
who is the most responsible for Manchester United's turn of form this season? I'm going to let Cliff answer this one first.
Casemiro.
Cap.
Casemiro.
Why do you believe it's Casemiro?
I think, I mean, for the longest time, Manchester United has had a deficiency in defensive midfield, and since they've started. I mean, I'll also give it to Eric Ten Hag too, because his system has actually allowed them to play free flowing ball with what they have up front, which isn't the best, attacking, which isn't the best attacking team. But Casemiro has held them down back there, and he's made Manchester United into a pretty solid defensive team.
Okay.
Cap.
All right, so Sam, we'll get to Toby last. So Sam, what do you think?
Casemiro has been an important pickup for them for sure, but I think Ten Hag he changed the system and Manchester United, and he unlocked Rashford. Rashford is a player that everybody thought was like he was finished and he was done. He needs to go leave Manchester United, and he always had the talent. He just needed the right system to perform at a high level, and he's performing. He's the best player this season. I would say
he's best player this season, the whole season.
Yeah,
yeah.
Seems like Toby's got a lot to say. Let's let Toby speak.
The only answer to this question is none other than CR7 Ronaldo. And
that too.
Yes, bro. And I say this because he's the catalyst to the reason why they're uplifted team. Ten Hag did not have control of his locker room, bro. He wasn't the top guy in there, like before Ronaldo left. When Ronaldo said, hey, if I have to be the first person to leave, if I have to be the one to burn the bridge so that Man U could be a better club and be ran better, he did that, bro. When he left, Ten Hag was looked at like, oh, this he's serious. He's the boss now. When he putting Harry Maguire on the bench now, that was after Ronaldo left. That wasn't necessarily before. Wasn't he
starting? Wasn't he benching Harry Maguire?
He was benching Harry Maguire and Ronaldo from close to the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Let me finish. That wasn't necessarily before, which is what I said. That wasn't necessarily before the whole Ronaldo fiasco. Now, he was already benching Ronaldo and Harry Maguire to a certain degree, but he was still playing them. He was still sitting there like outright, okay, let me see if I could make this work. Now, Harry Maguire is healthy, came back from England. That man will not even sniff the pitch. Nobody's even looking at him to say, why isn't Harry Maguire playing? Because he set the tone with Ronaldo leaving. When Ronaldo left, Eric Ten Hag gained a new form of respect from his players. They said, if that can happen to Ronaldo, it can happen to me. So now these players are playing for the coach, like I previously mentioned. Players need to play for the coach. And before, they didn't believe in the system. They didn't want to work hard. They didn't want to press. They didn't want to do all the gritty work that's needed in his system. And now that he set the tone by telling Ronaldo to go bye-bye, sitting him on the bench, sitting here Maguire on the bench, sending all the old heads that probably have a lot of influence inside the locker room. Harry Maguire is the captain of Man U. And since Ronaldo left, He just set a new tone, and I feel like he was a catalyst to whatever resurgence we're seeing from Man U now. It has nothing to do with like Casemiro was there when Ronaldo was getting treated bad. As soon as he said he was benching Ronaldo, and him and Casemiro was sitting on the bench talking to each other like, "Dad, why did I come here for Real Madrid?" As soon as he saw that Ronaldo could get the boot, Casemiro turned up. I ain't never seen Casemiro look. Oh my, yeah, I gotta play now. It's true. Everybody looked at this guy was like, wow, I gotta step up now after Ronaldo left because it's what really happened.
I kind of gotta disagree with a little bit of what you said. A lot of what you said made sense, but I think that Aaron Ten Hag was the catalyst to them. He was like that main man. He took a foothold and a stand in the locker room. That's what caused the problem with Ronaldo. That's why Ronaldo was having a problem because Eric Ten Hag took the stand to say, "You're not going to start this season. You're going to be on the bench," and that's what started the whole, Ronaldo interview, Ronaldo walking off before the end of the game. Is because Eric Ten Hag took a stand. Originally, he benched Maguire, he benched Ronaldo, and I think after that, the players saw that it was no nonsense. The players saw that it's going to depend on your performance. It's not going to depend on your name or you're the captain of England, so you have to start from Man U. He didn't care about that. He chose his team. He made his decision, and the players they resonated with that.
Yeah, it's Ronaldo.
So based on what you're saying, you're making it sound like Ronaldo has to start.
He did that at some point. At some point in Man U when he got there, he was golden. Like nobody could tell him.
Well, this season, ever since Ten Hag has been there in this age 37 season, you're just gonna automatically start Ronaldo every game.
He deserved to start before the season started for sure. Off of last year and being Man U's Player of the Year, he deserved to start. And let's not fake. When he first came to the Man U in the first place, we were like, he's an automatic starter. Because it's true. It's Ronaldo. You can't bench Ronaldo. And that's what ultimately happened. like you can't. It's like benching Messi. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
So you think I mean, Sam, you think that him pretty much benching Ronaldo was him making a statement to the team?
Yeah, it was. He made a statement to the team and Maguire, Ronaldo and Maguire, because they were both starters last season. He made a statement to the team like, dude, this is my team. This is my system. I don't care what Solskjaer was doing. I don't care what the other guy was. I don't even remember his name. He was
Ragnick.
Ragnick, whatever. Yeah. Who knows where he is? But yeah, he used the whole system. He took a stand.
Why didn't they just get benched because the other players ahead of them were just playing better?
They weren't playing better.
Yeah. it was a statement. I believe it was a statement.
Play better. They were not. That's my point.
That's Ronaldo at the beginning of the season, and based off last season, Ronaldo performed well. So who would have been playing better than him?
Ronaldo was their best player last year, bro. Yeah. The resurgence that we're seeing now is just the game respect they have from Ten Hag for getting rid of Ronaldo. I'm just trying to inadvertently, it's because of Ronaldo. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Ten Hag.
They were good.
I'm not saying Ten Hag.
A lot of people forget they finished second the year before Ronaldo got there. They were a good team.
That's cool, but what happened the next year?
Ronaldo came.
Yeah, Ronaldo came and did what he had to do. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. When a player comes in and performs well, I'm not gonna blame them for doing what they need to do because other players aren't finding form. That is their fault. That's not Ronaldo's fault. And I'm not even saying Ten Hag ultimately wasn't the one that had to put his foot down. He's the boss. He's the coach. But I'm saying inadvertently, Ronaldo doing that whole fiasco and literally Ten Hag getting rid of a Man U living legend like that in that manner kickstarted whatever this resurgence is. Rashford just got in trouble, I think last game. I don't think something like that happens to Rashford for being late before. the Ronaldo fit, or before when he was still trying to work his way into the locker room with the players. I don't think that happened before. But now that he's trying to set this tone, that Ronaldo situation and him kicking him off the team set the tone for the rest of the season, for sure.
Okay, so it's Ten Hag. It's Ten Hag that.
It's inadvertently Ronaldo, yes.
Yeah. So we're going to move along to the next question, and we were going to get into the Chelsea transfers. Is Enzo what Chelsea need to turn the season around, or do they need more signings?
They're not turning nothing around. They're not turning a thing around. Y'all watched the game today, right?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah, they're not getting Enzo. First of all,
Yeah, they're definitely not.
I don't think he's not their salvation. You know, he's not going to come in and change the whole. They need a whole, you know, they need a reshaping in that whole club.
It seems like they need a whole new culture shift in the organization.
They need to get rid of Aubameyang. That man's a loser.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. I was watching today. I was like, who is Chelsea's best player? Honestly, like if you were saying who's like the best player that was on the pitch, Pulisic, Sterling, or Sterling got hurt.
Best player Thiago Silva.
Yeah, that's true.
He's what, 37?
He's their best player. Thiago Silva has shown nothing but class this whole season and last season, and like that speaks to the volumes of the quality of the entire squad. Because why is it not a striker? Why is it not the $100 million that you've been spending on the offensive players that you're bringing into the club? And even what they just signed somebody. No, they just signed like 3 people.
Nkunku's coming in the summer.
Nkunku's coming, but even that, Potter ball will prevail, and yeah, they will lose.
All right, so since we all agree that Enzo isn't, the one that they really need, so what do you think that they need to turn it around? Do you think they need more signings? Do you think, something needs to happen in the boardroom? Do you think it's the coach? What do you guys think?
I think Potter needs to go.
Yeah.
Damn, already?
Yeah, they don't like him.
He's not that level. He's not going to take Chelsea to the next level. I don't think.
I would give Potter some time. Like he just got there. I'll give him until like at least this summer.
He has to go, bro. Like
even he should go.
To me, I say that because the signs that I'm seeing from Potter is that he's controlled by the board. Like it's not his DNA on the team. I don't think he's the one that's running he's bringing into the club, who he wants to see on the pitch. Like Pulisic has started for the last 3 games, and he doesn't do nothing on this team.
He doesn't do anything.
I'm sorry, Pulisic does not do anything on this team, and they want him to basically carry out the ideas of the board. It has nothing to do with Potter coming from Brighton and bringing the Brighton DNA to Chelsea and starting to win games the Brighton way. He doesn't have a Brighton way. He's basically sitting here putting every signing that Todd Bowley wants to see on the pitch and saying, "Hey guys, just play." Like today, he just literally had no ideas. He just brought up all the young players into the team, and it was just nothing.
Yeah, but for that reason, I would say at least give him a transfer window to see
to do what?
To bring in his own people.
To do what? Bring in Cucurella for 60 mil? To bring in Cucurella for 60 mil? Like, that's him bringing his people, bro. That man sucks. Like, I'm sorry.
He's decent.
Like he's like, if you guys are talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold's defensive woes as a fullback, bro, take a look at Cucurella, man. He got fried today.
Cucurella's not that bad. For the goal today, Kepa could have caught that.
He got chucked at like the 60th minute. He was having a horrific game. He's not good defensively. I don't know, like he might be decent going forward, but like what is the point of that if there's no end productivity? Like, and then on top of that, y'all bring him in. You're playing this wing back situation with him. And then y'all don't even have a striker.
That's the problem.
An out striker. That's not old. Like,
Yeah, there's a bunch of things going
They
on.
tried though.
All right, so Sam, what do you think?
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on at Chelsea. I don't think the coach is the right coach for them. I don't think the players have bought into his system.
Mm.
I doubt he has a locker room, honestly,
at all.
and they just don't have the players. Their players are not that good. Like the whole team as a whole, their squad is not that good. It's just not that good. Like as Cliff said earlier, like who's their best player? Their best player is Thiago Silva. Who's their best attacking player?
Yeah.
Is their best attacking player getting into any other top 4 team in the EPL?
No lie. We can sit here and say we can list them out. Pulisic, he's decent. Sterling this season, he's been decent, but he's not. He's of old age at this point. Come on.
He's not changing it.
Havertz, the 120 million pound fraud. 120 million pound fraud. I've never seen somebody that's 6-something. Literally plays the striker position most of the time. Like you people want to scapegoat him and say, oh, he's a center attacking mid and this, but bro, he's been playing that striker position for 2 years now, man. The guy does not put up no numbers on the board, doesn't overly affect the game, and even as a center attacking mid, where's the assist?
No one to pass it to, no one to assist.
He himself. Even if the ball was perfect for him, he wouldn't finish it.
I think Sterling is their top goal scorer this season, which is really sad.
Yeah, that's not saying much. Yeah.
It's really sad.
From top to bottom, they're just not good, man. Just not good. They're like 10th now, I think. 9th, 8th, 10th, whatever. Trash.
So we're going to get into our last question, and then we were going to get into the Premier League champion predictions. But this last question will be the topic of Liverpool's season. Is the loss of Mane most responsible for the extreme dip in form, injuries, or is it Klopp's? Or has Klopp's lost the plot? Should Klopp be fired?
Second worst top 16 in the league, without a doubt. Easily.
So 5th.
They're garbage. Garbage.
I think it's a lot of factors. Injuries. They do have a lot of injuries this season.
Oh my
They have a lot of injuries to their front line. Yeah.
They paid $100 million for Nunez, and that brother can't even buy a goal. If they gave Nunez 100 million pounds right now to go to the store and buy something called a goal, he would go and buy something called an L. He's a loser. He doesn't score goals. He doesn't justify his price tag. On a serious note, he does not justify his price tag at all. And unfortunately, Diaz went out of commission because of the injury. But at the end of the day, they still have supposed world-class players on that team. We're talking about Salah. We're talking about what's it called? We're talking about who else? Robertson. We're talking about Alexander-Arnold. We're talking about Van Dijk. We're talking about literally world-class players that, if anything, they either start for the national team or they play all the time. So I don't understand how a club can, like Liverpool, because it spend so much money and literally have the consistency where they buy every single transfer market. They add every transfer market, and they still don't have the ability to come in top 4.
And that's why it comes back to Mane, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's my belief. It comes down to Mane. Mane, in my opinion, was the heart of that team.
Yeah, for sure.
Because and like people always say, like Salah's better play than Mane. You can argue that Salah may be like a better finisher than Mane, but I don't think that Salah has the impact on the game overall that Mane has. Salah does not have the impact that Mane has on the game because 100%. Salah stays on that wing. He's gonna cut in. He's gonna score his goals. He's gonna get a couple assists. But Mane is everywhere on that field.
100%.
He's in the middle. He's on Salah's side. He's on his side. He's everywhere. The work rate that he has is really what Klopp's system is based on. that's what Klopp's system is. He was the player that made that system really flourish.
And he could score.
Yeah, and he can score, assist, and all that. And the loss of him, I don't think they anticipated it was going to be as big as it was.
Yeah, I think instead of getting Nunez, they should have brought in somebody that plays that position and plays like Mane, because I think the strength of Liverpool wasn't like Salah scoring like 20 goals or 30 goals. It was that they all passed to each other within the front three. Firmino would pass to Salah and Mane would pass, like they would all pass together. And once you brought in Nunez, first of all, he had to learn a new system, and then also he's not that kind of player that will interplay between the front three like that. So personally, I think Nunez, he's lacking confidence right now. So I think he's gonna get a little bit better. I think he's gonna start to score a little bit more. I'm not saying that he's gonna become Erling Haaland or anything, but I think Liverpool, have been affected mostly by the injuries to Jota and to what's his name?
World-class players on the bench, bro.
Yeah.
Like
And
Jota,
now they
Fabinho.
can't even bench Nunez now.
Yeah, they could. Roberto Firmino is on the bench.
I think Firmino's hurt.
Is he hurt?
I think he's hurt. I didn't see him on the bench the last.
Roberto Firmino is on the bench. Keita is on the bench. Like, I'm talking about players that at least could, like, not necessarily be complete superstars, but they at least are good players. Like, they're all good players. So it's not like they don't spend money. It's not like they don't bring in players. It's not like they don't have players that could play. I actually think this season, in fact, looking at this question, I actually think this season Klopp should be reevaluated. No. I think something in the air has changed. When you look at this guy and what he stood for before, when he first came into the league, he said, we're going to run harder, we're going to work harder, we're going to outwork the other teams. Like, you cannot see any type of DNA like that in this current team, bro. They to me, it looks like they expect to win every game without having to do the hard work. And like, you don't need to lose that. Like, Pep Guardiola, what he does best in Man City is he's the best motivator I've ever seen. That man would literally tell these guys who are all world-class players that they need to be even better than their current level. And he reminds them that. He tells them that, and he makes sure that they get that through their heads before they even go into the game. Klopp, he's a great motivator as well, but it's like it's not getting through this season, bro. And one thing I'm going to also say, bro, before Klopp, he had glasses. Now the guy, he don't wear glasses. The guy is styling on him now, bro. And I think, hey, money, when you look at the money, when you look at just like the attitude of the squad, it's reflecting, bro. Like, it's like they don't have to work to get the wins now. They just feel like it's deserved. And that went out the window when Mane left, for sure.
Yeah. So you think they need to reevaluate Klopp? You think?
Yeah, they're obviously scared to do that, because Liverpool before Klopp and that period that they had was it was terrible. Like, it wasn't the Liverpool that we see now, or the Liverpool before that period. But like, they might have to look at Klopp, bro. Like, it doesn't make sense for them to be losing to the teams that they lose to, and especially in the manner that they're losing to. It's not even, they played Newcastle and they lost 1-0 because somebody made one mistake. I'm talking about other teams are straight up outworking them.
Yeah, I think it was Brentford the last game. But I don't think you can't really find any better manager out than Klopp right now. So you're not gonna fire Klopp. They're not gonna fire Klopp. If Klopp leaves, he leaves on his own. Like, he's
just need a change, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a change, but that change is gonna be through the players. You're gonna find players that are motivated to win more games and are gonna run. And I don't think Klopp is laying down the pressure. I don't think he's telling them not to run. I think it's just the players that are not they're just probably too full of themselves. They expect to win. So,
but that's what the coach does, man.
I mean,
He's literally the guy that tells them you need to try harder. And I'm not saying this because I don't like Klopp. Like, Klopp is a great manager, bro. And I know people love the guy. But at the end of the day, when you come to a situation where you can't motivate your players anymore to do what they need to do to win games, sometimes it's just best to just change the environment so that something new can rejuvenate their spirits, bro. Because Van Dyke this season, oh my God, you would think that guy was a stilt. He don't do nothing no more.
it hasn't been that bad.
Yes, it has.
It hasn't been that.
It's
bad.
been memeable. It's been memeable.
It has been very memeable, especially with Nunez. Anytime that brother miss a goal, or you just look on Twitter, that man's number one trending rest. Like, that man can't hit the right side of the barn, bro. Like, he just can't get it on target. So it's been very memeable, especially from that standpoint.
What do you guys think will happen with Gakpo? How do you think he's going to play or fit into the system? Do you think he's going to replace Nunez?
He should. He probably score one goal.
He probably score more than Nunez for sure. I just think for him personally, I just think for Gakpo is just the wrong move. I just felt like he just made that decision way too rash. I know he wanted to leave PSV, but he should have went somewhere to like Man U, man. Where he's going to get minutes at his desired position, which is left wing. Like, he doesn't want to be fighting for a striker position with somebody that they spent £100 million on, because ultimately the board and the fans and everybody involved with that purchase are going to say, why is £100 million just sitting on the bench? So yeah, good luck to him though.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the last and final topic. But before that, so Toby, you think it's Klopp for this question?
Oh, I think it's Klopp, and I think it's the players, but I do think they should start looking closely at Klopp. He doing something wrong.
Sam, you believe the catalyst was Mane?
Yeah, Mane leaving the squad definitely it changed the whole work rate and everything that system was built on. There's no one that does as much and has as much impact on the game as Mane had.
And Cliff?
Yeah, I think it's the players. I think the players aren't they don't have that motivation like they did to win like the Champions League and when they won the league. They just have to either find that motivation again or get new players.
So now we're going to end today's episode with the EPL midway predictions. Everybody's going to make a pick of their team that they think will win the English Premier League this season, and we will stick to this to the end of the season. So I'm going to I'll take my pick first. I'm going to go with Manchester City, my team. The reason I believe this, I believe we got the last piece that we needed from these prior seasons. We finally got a striker. Finally got our striker with Haaland. Yeah, we've had a dip in form these past couple of games, but I feel like we have the depth we will prevail at the end of the season. We're not strangers to this happening, so I believe we are going to pick it back up and get back on top. I don't believe Arsenal have the depth to pretty much was, as Cliff was saying, I don't believe they have the depth to finish this season on top. So I will get in. So Sam, who do you think will win it this season?
It's a tough one. I want to say Arsenal. I would like to see Arsenal win it. And
I feel like brand new.
I feel like the fact that Man City is also competing in the Champions League, I think that they want the Champions League more than the EPL. And they won the EPL like 4 out of the last 5-6 years. So like I think their main focus is that Champions League, and that might play a factor in, the fact that they're already behind Arsenal, but they do have to play Arsenal twice. So that could factor in the fact that if Arsenal slightly dips in form, then Man City might take it. So I'm gonna say Arsenal. I'm gonna say Arsenal.
Arsenal, okay. Cliff.
It's Man City. Man City's gonna win it. It's I guess it's just gonna happen. I mean, I don't like I don't like farmers leagues, but that's what that's what we're getting here. Man City just has the depth. They have the talent. They have the goals. You know where the goals are coming from. They might draw a couple games here or there, but you know what to expect from them, and they're just going to win the league. Arsenal, they're an entertaining team to watch, but I don't think they can. I don't think it can last. I don't think it can last long enough to beat Man City.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the best for last. It's definitely Arsenal. And I say that because, bro, like, look at the game we just had with Newcastle, bro. It wasn't like we're scared, like we're reserved. Like, we played toe to toe with these guys. Look at the teams that we played in the original top six, right? Like, we went toe to toe with them. This is not the same Arsenal that you guys are used to, that fumble the bag and choke. And this is not Steven Gerrard slipping on the floor. This is Arsenal claiming their throne, because we are one of the elites in the league. We're one of the elites in the world. So, ultimately, yeah, I think it's going to be Arsenal. We get in a good transfer window as well. We see people like Mudryk, and then we see people like Emmitt Smith-Rowe come back. Like, the depth that you guys are talking about will basically be seamless. Like, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Arsenal got it.
So thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of the Offside Zone. I want to thank you guys, Toby, Cliff, and Sam, for being able to give you guys input on these topics on the Premier League this week. Please tune in for the next episode of the Offside Zone, and we will look forward to you. Please tell a friend about us. Please follow us Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We will be continuing to drop episodes. So thank you guys for the support, and see you in the next episode.
Jesus.